Good afternoon. It is July 28th, 2022, and I just, like yesterday, wanted to start with the overnight, or not the overnight, the daily chart. And I do believe this is accurate, so I think that's why we're seeing buying today. Prices made a breakout pullback off this level of previous resistance. So if we don't get a break of this channel, uh, I think we will make this measured move and bounce off the highs of the channel. So I do think that this is uh, um, the channel. I mean, it could be that we have a break already that led to two legs down to a new low. That could be it. But the midline looks a little. Midline looks good here. So this could very well be it right here. But if you, yeah, these highs just don't work out as well that way. I mean, they don't work out well here either. But so I do think this is it. But anyway, let's take a look. Again, today we had a big uptrend, but not the way I saw it. Though not a lot of ways to get into it, unfortunately. Um, I think most of the best trades were short. But anyway, early this morning we get this. We have this downtrend working, and you get a break. First entry, failed second entry. It's at the midline of the overnight range, so not crazy about it, but I mean it just me personally, I'm not crazy about it. I think if you're a good chart reader, I think you can take this. But you can see though we find resistance at yesterday's closing price. So I don't know what there must have been a news item in here and prices just went crazy. Unfortunately, the second entry doesn't set up right here. And we start moving up and we make this channel up. And we're all the way up here, far from the EMA. And oh, that's actually second entry right there. Honestly, this kind of looks, I'm marking it blue. But I feel like it might be green because this really just looks like a first entry to me. So yeah, I should probably mark it green. It looks like a double top followed by a first entry. So I'm going to mark that green. Looks like one leg down. Then we come up here and make a triple top, and you get a first entry. Oh, actually, the failure comes right here. I couldn't see that the way I was looking at it. So I'm going to have to give that a green arrow because that's more of like a hidden failure. I think that is where the failure occurs, but technically it's right here. So, and look at that. The people who went early got trapped, got stopped out. And this is all too steep, too far from the EMA to take. Unfortunately, the second entry, we don't get a signal bar, so you can't go short there. First entry, second entry right here, but to me, I would have had my trend channel drawn like this. And that's just a tough call. Why didn't I like it? I'm trying to remember. It closes above the EMA. It's 4 bars stacked, so it's congestive, and it turns out to be an uptrend. Then we get this first entry failed, second entry short. It actually looks like a repeat pattern of the first trade I marked today. And it's off that trend channel, but it's congestive. And the bias is down. We just made a new low for the day. But we come up here, first entry failed, second entry right here. Doesn't set up below the EMA, so you can't take that. Come down here, first entry, second entry. This is probably the cleanest setup of the day. And we come up here, you get a failure, but it just looks like we're ranging, so I'm not too crazy about that. And then we get a second entry right here, but that looks like one leg up to me, so I'm not crazy about that. But then once you get this second entry short double test right here, and it looks just like this. I think you got to take that, and you take that, and then it's all uphill from there. So you get this first entry, second entry here. This actually might be a failure. First entry. No, the failure happens like in there. You might argue for this one, but with the bias being down, I don't think I like that. It does look like a reversal though, so, and it kind of looks like yeah, that would be where the failure occurs. So I'm going to mark that. And you just look, this is all just too far from the EMA. Really big move, first entry, second entry, no setup, failure off the trend channel, doesn't look, I wouldn't take that, even though it's a breakout pullback, it's far from the EMA. This is just congestive. You got a second entry here, but we had a doji. This is all a range, all inside bars. Come up here, first entry, second entry, and they trapped people who took this, and it's a range. But it looks like it's at the lows, but this is a third doji in a row. So it is a double test though, so it's convincing, and they just trapped a lot of people. There's room to the highs, but you got to be careful with these dojis. It also just looks like one leg down, and we get a second leg down. So you got to be picky. I do like this failure right here. You probably have the trend channel drawn like that. So I do like that. Come up here, you got to break, overshoot, break. This probably isn't the break. It's not very convincing. So you got to overshoot, that leads to a break. This second entry, not a good signal bar. If you got a good signal bar there, I would take it. It doesn't look like as congestive as this right here. That's the difference. This is a matching high, I think. So I wouldn't be going short, but that is a second entry short. And this is just also choppy, and there's so many dojis in here that I just don't like it. Choppy. Find support near the midline a couple times, and you get a first entry, failed second entry. I like this. In real time, I probably wouldn't catch this, but it looks pretty good after the fact. Maybe you think of this as the first entry, failed second entry. So if you want to be aggressive, maybe you do that. But that's at this range high, so that's aggressive. And unfortunately, these are just far from the trend line in the EMA. It looks like they trap people here. Look at all those inside bars. Second entry, they trap all those people. And this is just so choppy and range-like. So I don't like this. You're making new highs, so you probably don't want to go short, but that's a really nice lower high if you're looking at this like a range. And really, price just went crazy. I just didn't like any of this. So we'll see if Matt thought the same. I didn't think he would think the same way as me yesterday, but he did. So we'll see what he says today. Have a great day. Hopefully I'll be back tomorrow.